Good morning everybody, it's Graham once again from Unearthed, and I do apologise for missing last Friday's detecting talk. I was away buying myself my first ever tractor, believe it or not. How times change. I could never have seen myself with a tractor years ago, but now, over the last few years, it's all I've wanted. So I've got one, and more happy days out in the field cutting my grass and doing other jobs with it. Now then, this episode of Detecting Talk is going to be quite interesting. I want you all to have a bit of input into this if you possibly can. And the reason is, there's a little bit of interesting information going on out there I want to share with you. So firstly, there's going to be three main topics of this particular episode. And the first one is, I stumbled across this last week. And of course, Detecting Talk is all about giving you guys updated current discussions around current topics, the things that are going on in the detecting world, etc., good and bad. And this particular piece of information I'm going to share with you was not quite disturbing, but I was a little bit concerned about it, and I think you guys will probably be the same. Now, a lot of you people on here, I should say, that watch this particular channel are also quite active on social media. Just like myself, I like to keep up to date with current topics and see what's been found, and the vibrant Facebook pages out there that exist in the groups, which is all good stuff. However, I am a member of quite a lot of the farming groups on Facebook. So things like agricultural machinery, farmers free ads, landowners groups, agricultural county groups. And I stumbled across one. Well, I actually stumbled across two. One of them was by mistake. I wasn't searching for it in particular. It just came up on my news feed. But one of them I came across was an agricultural farming group of quite a lot of people, actually. And the admin on this particular farming group had probably had enough of a number of things that were going on their particular Facebook page, group, or whatever we want to call it, forum. And the lady in question, put a post up saying, from now on, these things are going to be banned from being posted on this group. The top one was metal detecting. Post around people asking for metal detecting permission. That now has become banned off some of these farming groups, and this particular one had banned it outright. Now, it's because they were constantly bombarded by individuals putting posts up saying, looking for metal detecting permission. I am 25 years of age, been detecting for a couple of years, looking for free permission, will share with the landowner 50-50, full insurance, etc., etc. So there's probably nothing wrong with this individual or the individuals posting these up on the farming groups thinking they're going to get permission off the back of it, but they're getting absolutely bombarded by it. So they've banned it. They've completely and utterly banned it off the group. But what was more interesting for me was the comments underneath from farmers and landowners were saying, well done for banning the metal detecting posts. Thank God the metal detecting posts are now gone. We're fed up to the back teeth of it. And I was quite shocked. I actually did a screenshot on my mobile phone when I was reading it. So if anybody wants to have a copy of these comments that were made by some of the farmers and landowners regarding these metal detecting posts, you're more than welcome to have it. But it was quite concerning, the amount of people that chirped up and posted and felt compelled to post saying, I am so happy that there's going to be no more metal detecting posts on these groups because they're ruining the group. So there must be a heck of a lot of individuals out there scouring the country on these farming groups and forums, or whatever we want to call them, or pages, asking for permission continuously. Now, it won't be just the same groups of people doing it, it'll be a whole host of people, but you put them together and over a period of time, it just looks like the sites are being bombarded by it. So my advice would be, just be a little bit careful, because if you continue to do it on some of these groups, and I can understand why people do it, for God's sake, we did it with our furnace finders group years and years ago, asking if people would like, or farmers would like us to go and search their land for historical objects and raise money for charity. You know, it was all above board and it was all innocently done, but now there's a growing number of people doing it, and it's starting to, pardon my French, piss the farmers and landowners off. So we just got to be a little bit careful, folks, about doing this. I mean, them comments weren't good. Some of them put detectorists in a bad light. Fed up to the back teeth of detectorists continuously plugging for permission on this group. I'm sick. You know, I'm sick of them. Thank God the post had been removed. We don't want that on anymore. And I thought, wow, there's so many people were chirping in comments against metal detectorists. It was bad. So if that's any advice I can give you, is just be a little bit savvy about which groups you post on. I mean, I can understand why people do it. We can all understand why people do it, because they're gaining permission. But let's just be a little bit careful now. We don't want to be, upsetting the very people that we need permission off to do our hobby. So I hope you found that of interest, that particular topic of this Detecting Talk episode. Give me your input. What do you think? Give me some feedback on that particular topic. It's always welcome to hear of you guys. Now, the next one is something equally as interesting, but equally as disturbing, if not more disturbing. And this is criminal activity, folks. Criminal activity. Something that I can't stand. And this particular topic I'm going to discuss now, I'm not very happy about. So, for example, a lot of you guys follow us on Facebook. That's brilliant. More and more of you used to do that and share your finds and do everything else that you do as detectorists. And us as detectorists and Unearthed as a business also like to share with you guys plenty of nice things on our group, like the live draws to win a couple of detectors. Now, we've been doing this right from the word go. We were the first group to start doing it. Okay, so what we did, we put a live draw where people could buy a token off our website, which is all above board, because we're a legitimate business. And for that £5 token, you got entered into a draw, which was done live for everybody to see, to win one of 2 metal detectors. And loads of people over the years have won brilliant detectors such as Equinox and T2s, XP machines, you name it. Over the years, loads of people have took advantage of it and won. For very little outlay, for a £5, they've won a detector, 600, 700, 800 quid's worth. Fantastic way of us giving something back to you guys and giving people the opportunity to win something that they would probably, in some cases, probably couldn't afford to buy outright. And I can understand that. However, it soon changed when other groups, detecting groups, not businesses, other detecting groups started doing their own draws. So mirror imaging what we were doing. You can't help you. You can't blame them for doing it. People are going to copy and people are going to continue to do what we're doing and mirror imaging it over to their groups. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm quite happy about people doing that. I think it's a great idea. However, one or two, or one in particular, has been ripping their members completely off. So, for example, they've been doing live draws, pocketing the money and not sending the detectors out. So my advice to you guys is this, quite simply, is be careful when you enter these detecting draws on some of these metal detecting groups. The people that are running the draws you've probably never met. How do you trust them? Be careful that you don't get ripped off. Really, really be careful. My advice would be stick to the groups that have got a good reputation, that people that you guys know, and businesses. Unearthed. Good plug for Unearthed on it, but it's not meant to be. There's a criminal out there ripping people off, and now he's caught. The law is onto him. End of debate. So my advice is continue to link in with them draws where we do them and others do them that are above board. But there is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, it just completely rips your guts out when you've done all that good work to find that there's an idiots out there copying what you're doing and bringing the hobby into disrepute and the whole thing around these live draws into disrepute because he's ripping people off. And I can't wait to see him banged up for it. So my advice is, please, where you can, only stick with the groups that you trust. If you go into these groups and you've been a member for 24 hours or more, slightly more, and then all of a sudden you see these live draws go up, be very, very wary of it. You know, that's why we do it through our website. It's all above board. And I just can't believe somebody's been ripping people off, taking the money off people and not coming out, you know, not turning up with the goods. So just be careful. There is some absolute idiots out there that are just willing to rip people off left, right and centre. And if, you know, if I ever got hold of these guys, I mean, I'd be taking them away, taking them into account. I really would. That's how much it angers me. But we just got to be careful. Keep these guys at arm's length. There's a lot of idiots out there in this hobby, believe it or not, that just want to bring everybody down. You know, we are all ambassadors for the hobby of detecting, and it only takes one or two idiots out there to spoil the good work that we do as individuals and detectorists. You know, there's nothing worse than people that class themselves as detectorists, they class themselves as ambassadors to the hobby, and they end up bringing the hobby into disrepute and tarnish our good name as detectorists. We're all watching, we're all onto them, we know who they are. Let's just play the game and make sure we call them out where necessary. Another thing to mention is the our metal detecting group. No, hang on, let me say that properly. Our Unearthed metal detecting dig group. The next dig, again, for you guys that don't already know or have signed up for it and are a bit unsure of the dates, it's the 28th of July, our next dig. And then we've just managed to secure some more really interesting farms. So there is probably going to be, like I said on the last film, or was it the one before? I do not remember now. At least 5 or 6 unearthed metal detecting digs coming up until Christmas, and some really choice land. Now, to qualify for these digs, you've got to be a customer of Unearthed. You've got to be buying your detectors off us. And now it sounds a bit strange, but it's our way of saying thanks to you guys for being a customer. And we don't want to be seeing other machines and other people that we've never met before and we don't know just taking advantage of a day's digging off the back of our good name and the hard work we put in to secure the land. So it's our way of saying thanks to the our customers for being loyal customers to us. That's the whole reason why we do the Unearthed digs, and they're very, very successful. So the next one's the 28th of July. There'll be another one in August. There'll probably be one in September, October. And if we can sneak one in sort of end of October and November, happy days. There'll be some really choice, tasty land coming up, folks. So you'll be all, hopefully your appetite will be whetted somewhat, as they say. So look forward to them digs and look forward to the films. We'll be filming each dig with the finds that coming up. So watch this space. Next episode of Detecting Talk will be this coming week. Like I said, it's a Sunday morning. We missed the last one. We'll be back on schedule for Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching. And if you're out detecting today, good luck. Bye for now.